I fly a lot, not strapped to a parachute, but strapped into airplanes. Here are a few actual announcements I've heard while sitting in economy. Ladies and gentlemen, we feature a smoking section on this flight. It's on the wing of the aircraft. In the unlikely event that this flight turns into a cruise, your seat cushions can be used as flotation devices. I often find myself in conversation with fellow travelers who sometimes diagnose me as a follower of Jesus. Most are kind. Some are antagonistic until I make them laugh. Others are bold enough to fire questions at me. And almost without fail, the first one is this: how could a good God allow suffering? Thousands of books have been written on the topic, and I'm asked to solve it in an hour, going faster than sound at 30,000 feet. Well, what would you say? First, we need the wisdom and humility to say, there's a lot about this that I don't understand. We're fellow strugglers, and we haven't found easy answers. But lately, I've been asking them a question: would we want a world without suffering? Think about it. Joseph suffered greatly. Sold into slavery by his own brothers, he experienced years of misery and pain. But through those trials, he was strengthened and refined, so much so that he became a prime minister of Egypt, who saved not only his family, but thousands from famine and death. Imagine if God hadn't allowed Joseph to suffer. You've suffered too. Chances are you've looked back and seen growth, insight, even blessing in your life. I'm able to offer comfort to many because I've walked where they walk. Still, you might say, that doesn't get God off the hook. You're right. But God didn't ask to get off the hook. Quite the opposite. You see, when Adam and Eve disobeyed God, sin and suffering entered the world. To make it possible for us to get right with God, His own Son, Jesus, came to earth and experienced a depth of suffering we will never know. And when I'm riding in the back of an ambulance, pretty sure my wife is not going to make it like I've done, it is this that offers hope and comfort. The Christian answer to the question of suffering is complex, but when things are tough, I often mutter these words: Jesus knows my hurt. He's been here before me. Wherever you are today, know that God has suffered too, that He loves you so much, He'd rather die than live without you. Just before His death, John Newton, author of the song Amazing Grace, said, "My memory is nearly gone, but I remember two things: that I am a great sinner and that Christ is a great Savior." One day all this will be a memory. Through simple faith in Him, we can live forever in His presence, free from evil and suffering. What a Savior.